Oh yeah, I'm finna dip, bro.
Alright, bro.
HP's at
Forever.
Oh, that makes me uncomfortable.
The film has a massive post-credit scene that points to a lot of things in the MCU, and throughout this video, we're going to be breaking it all down. It introduces someone new, and in this video, we want to talk about the meaning behind this.
They had Iron Man type shit. She had an Iron Man suit. You know how OP that is? And she made it herself, bro. She was like, I'm seeing it on YouTube. What?
Also, what it teases for the future. There's also rumors of what we were originally supposed
another Black Panther is coming. It's too obvious
to be getting, and some stuff with Everett Ross that could set up Secret Invasion. Sure, you can't be serious if you don't hit that thumbs up button, and if you enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe for spoilers forever. I swear I'm not doing the arm cross thing, and with that out of the way, let's get into Wakanda Forever.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Hey, little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry.
Okay, so upon leaving the theatre, the first thing you probably want to see us talk about is the reveal in the post-credits scene. Wakanda Forever, of course, had to deal with the fact that it lost its lead due to the sad passing of Chadwick Boseman. Boseman kept his cancer a closely guarded secret, and the cast and creative team were as shocked as the rest of the world to learn that he passed away. Ryan Coogler has said in interviews that he originally had a script in place that focused heavily on T'Challa's perspective, but he of course had to rework this from the ground up. His feeling of grief and loss has massively shaped the release, and the pain of him being gone can be felt in almost every single performance. Since his passing, the hashtag Recast T'Challa movement has slowly been building momentum online, with many saying that the character means a lot to people and that he should be someone that we still see in the MCU. Marvel has been in a difficult position because of this, and it's clear they want to honour Chadwick's legacy whilst also keeping the Black Panther in place. And much like the comics, Shuri ends up taking up the mantle of the Black Panther in the movie. This is something that was passed on to her in the source material, but the post-credits scene hints how we can still have a T'Challa in the MCU that takes over the mantle. In the movie, we discover T'Challa died of an unknown illness, and since then Wakanda has been mourning the loss. Nakia never attended the funeral, not only because she found it too painful, but also because she was carrying a secret with her.
When you left without saying a word, it hurt. I regret not being there with all of you. It was not easy. He was king and Black Panther to everyone. But to me, he was everything.
Now we learn that she moved to Haiti, and we discover that she was pregnant with T'Challa's child. The mid-credits scene has Nakia bringing this child to meet Shuri, and we learn that his name is T'Challa. Both she and his father agreed that they didn't want him being exposed to the world at this point in his young life. Knowing that he would be dying, and the burden of royalty, it would add such an immense pressure to him at this young age, and therefore they hid him away. This is another reason why she...
He didn't want the same thing happening what happened to his cousin. That was tough, bro. That man got left to the duty demons, bro.
His father, bro. That's L man's for real.
Yeah, his father did folded both his cousin father and T'Challa's father.
Because it came back to bite him in the ass.
He didn't go to the funeral because she would have had to take him with her, and this would have revealed him. They had their own ceremony for him in Haiti and kept their private life private, so to not draw attention to him. However, he is still a prince of Wakanda, and being called T'Challa could cement the strategy that they're going to be using in the future. Because of this, we still technically have a T'Challa that can be the Black Panther. However, this doesn't try and continue or erase Chadwick's time in the role. Instead, it's very much carrying on his legacy, and also allowing the character of T'Challa to don the mantle down the line. I think that Shuri will remain the Black Panther for a number of years, and then we may get a time jump which will follow.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna be looking for a while, and then she's gonna teach that little boy how to fight this.
Hopefully she don't die though.
I mean, probably, bro. If you're a protector of this degree, you're bound to get clapped. You're getting targeted. You're being targeted.
A similar thing to what happened in Avengers Endgame. This would allow the character to age up, and we could then have Shuri pass the mantle over to him. Shuri burns T'Challa's robes at the end of the film, and this shows that she can finally move on. The movie early on sets the stage for this, with Shuri wanting to set fire to them. However, she realizes that she'll end up burning the whole world down if she does, and decides not to. Come the end of the movie though, she finally does, and this is symbolic of her letting go. Now, a cool little detail we learn is that the baby T'Challa has been going under the name Toussaint. This could actually be a nod to Toussaint Louverture, who was a Haitian general that fought for the country's independence. That might be me clutching at straws to try and connect his name, but that's what I thought that they might have been doing. It's such an emotional scene, and it's very much a bittersweet way to go forward with a character in the MCU. Originally in the comics, T'Challa was in a relationship with Storm, and the pair had a son together called Azrai T'Challa T'Chaka. At the time that Black Panther was being developed, Disney didn't have the rights to use the X-Men characters, and they set him up with Nakia. However, they've now got the characters in the universe, and therefore they can possibly age up this T'Challa and have him be the one who marries Storm in the future of the MCU. He could then have a son and live out the original plan they had for Chadwick Boseman without erasing or recasting his version per se. So that's what the post-credit scene teases, and after a word from our sponsors, I want to go through what was supposed to be rumoured to be the post-credit scene for the film. Now, this video is sponsored by Manscaped, part of a government-funded expedition that ends up causing issues with Wakanda and the UN. Now, when the movie was in production, there were leaks that it would be revealed she was hired by Dr. Doom in the post-credit scene. This has since been debunked, with Marvel stating that no scene was ever filmed. Whether it actually was part of the plan or not is something we'll never know, but I can say with 100% certainty that Dr. Doom was gonna be in the film. Now, so what happened was, a couple of months back, there was a post on Reddit that had major leaks for both Wakanda Forever and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. We now know, due to the release, that about 90% of these leaks were right, and they did mention Dr. Doom at the end of the post. So, kinda lends weight to it being true, but it could also be entirely made up. Either way, I thought I'd just drop that in there, and we can go back to the whole Tom Cruise Iron Man saga again. He was in it! He was in it! Now, Marvel kind of have a lot on their plate at the moment with Kang, so it makes sense to just focus on him for the upcoming phases, rather than trying to shove other villains in the mix. Personally, I'm glad that the film just stuck with the one credit scene, as I think the movie works better, not ending with audiences being like, oh my god, there's a big villain for the next movie. Instead, Wakanda Forever has a more reflective, introspective, and acknowledgement of Chadwick Boseman, rather than trying to hype up the next big movie. This keeps the focus on him, and also his character T'Challa, rather than having Morbius show up or something and tell everyone that it's intriguing. Now, either way, in the movie, the Tallow Canyons attack, and they discover that the government has managed to get hold of a device that can locate vibranium. Namor is desperate to get this, as he knows it could potentially give those who have the mineral the power to enslave the planet. This throws Riri into the mix, who we learn created the device capable of locating the metal. She has the Ironheart suit early in its stages, and she develops one that will likely be in her Disney Plus show. It also seems like there's a bigger and bulkier version of this, and though details are sketchy, we have had some behind-the-scenes shots that show where things could be heading. She does get her Beetleborg one in this, which I think...
I feel like she's gonna build another suit just for home, and then go to the other one, probably steal some of its materials, and then bring it to the place. But that's not gonna work.
That's what I was thinking.
Not
Like,
gonna work though.
when they showed her, bro, I was like, she could be the villain if she wanted to.
Possibly, yeah. She is very smart.
think will be the mainstay.
Literally the smartest.
She's smarter than Tony
Stark.
Stark.
Smarter than him, yep.
Suit. Whilst this one in the leaks is
I don't
used
think
for
Tony
specific
was that
jobs,
smart when he was
Anthony
that age.
Ramos
My
will
nigga,
be
you
playing the hood in
cannot
the
locate
series, and
vibranium.
there's even rumors that we might get Mephisto.
What the freak
He
is
has
that?
some crazy
That's a
things.
demon.
He could turn into a demon? Literally.
Whilst this one in the leaks is used for specific jobs, Anthony Ramos will be playing the hood in the series, and there's even rumors that we might get Mephisto. He has some
What the freak is
crazy things sometimes, crazy
That's
and
fair.
true. Can't be, unless. Anyway, in the comics, the hood is a man named Parker Robbins who came across a demon. This was later retconned to be Dormammu, and Parker managed to kill him. He stole the magical cloak that the villain was carrying, and this gave him special abilities. Slowly, he started to take over the entire crime syndicate, and I think Riri will very much be trying to stop this from happening.
All my life, been grinding all my life.
Ooh, that would be
Hustle
fire.
paid the price. All my life, been grinding all my life.
Man, this
Either
dude's
way, the government
spoiling.
is after Riri too, leading to a big fight that the Talocanians also get
He's a
involved in.
spoiler
But the
of all
final thing I want to talk
spoils.
about is the reveal with the lovebirds, Everett, Ross, and
That's too
Val.
funny.
Turns out they were married,
name,
and
Heavy
it's a big
Spoilers.
addition that's
This channel name's Heavy Spoilers.
Oh,
actually a pretty
oh.
crazy reveal. In the film, we discover that he's been
You
giving intel to
upload this,
Wakanda, and his
make sure you
ex-wife has him
say,
arrested
"Warning,
after
spoilers,
Ramonda's death.
Spoilers.
At the end of the movie, he's broken out of prison by Okoye, and we know that he'll be featuring in Secret Invasion next. He's going incognito in that trailer, and also working with Nick Fury, so he'll likely be on the side trying to oust the hidden Skrulls and the government. Val interestingly connects with Secret Invasion as well, and in that book it was revealed that a Skrull was masquerading as her. It was her and Nick Fury that were getting it on, and after she tried to kill him, Fury fought back. He managed to kill her, which is when it was revealed that she was actually a shapeshifter. This is what clued him into the
Ew.
invasion, and potentially they've switched things up with Ross here to make it so that he's the person who discovers it. Ross is busted out of jail by Okoye, and she's now wearing a new suit. She was kicked out of the Dora Milaje earlier in the movie, and though she gets to be back in them, she's now more in line with the Midnight Angels. This was a team that ended up being created in the source material, and this all happened after the Dora Milaje members fractured off and formed their own group. Now we also know that Val is going to be creating the Thunderbolts, and that she'll lead the group in the MCU. We have a lineup of them from D23, however, in addition to this I've heard Abomination will also be part of the group. They haven't made that official yet due to She-Hulk, but that makes the most sense because at the moment the entire
That guy. Zell.
team's just people. Now, take that with a pinch of salt, yeah? But that's releasing as the last movie in Phase 5, so we have time to
These
play
people
the
have
Secret
no
Invasion
powers,
thing
bro.
out and for her to form the team.
How they gonna
In case you
fight
don't know,
freaking
basically Marvel censored the
villains?
Suicide Squad,
Powers.
and though this group of misfits isn't brought up here, I feel like they're slowly slotting Val throughout the MCU to tease towards that coming. General Ross will also be played by Harrison Ford, and I've got a feeling that it's going to be a really big movie. Now, all in all, these are the threads that I can be seeing used in the future of the MCU. Though we haven't had a Dora Milaje or Midnight Angels Disney Plus show confirmed yet, there have been rumours of one happening for a long time. I think this would be the perfect way to flesh out the world of Wakanda, and I hope that we get something along those lines. So those are all the main things that I can see happening in the future of the MCU, based off what
That is true though.
happens at the end and the little
I see
breadcrumbs they
that
give us.
happening.
Next we go to the Ironheart show with Riri Williams taking on the Hood. Let me know if you're excited to see what happens in that, and I'd also love to hear your thoughts on the film
Oh,
as
that
well
girl, remember that girl, the smart
as
girl?
its ending. We will see what
I think he
happens in
said-
that, and I'd also
is
love to hear
she-
your thoughts
she
on the film
is,
as well as its ending. We will be
protagonist of
know if you're
another
excited to see what
show.
happens in
Yeah,
that.
she about to get her own
with
show.
Riri Williams taking on the Hood.
She
Let me
has,
know
like,
if
a
you're
suit.
excited
She
to
has,
see
like,
what
her own
happens
powers
in
the
that,
comics.
and I'd
It's
also
cool,
love to
bro.
hear your thoughts on the film as well as its ending. We will be doing a bigger spoiler breakdown of the movie, going over more of the
Cheaper than
characters
Iron Man
and
if you wanted
flesh,
to.
just a better video. So yeah, make sure
Basically.
you stay locked into the
Why
channel for
not
that.
being Iron
We
Man?
are in
What if
competition
she's
right now.
What if she becomes the new Iron Woman? I mean Iron Man, but she's the Iron Woman, and then Iron Man's wife comes and folds.
I'll be so far.